Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Ellers.
I'm Jeffrey Lennon.
And this is Volume Up by TheTease. So there's a little hack on the tick of the talk. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Ooh, that rhymed.
Look at us. Have I seen it? Has anyone not seen it, basically, at this point? But lay it on us, Kelly. Okay. What is this viral moment that's happening?
You got it. So TikTok creators are sharing an unusual hack for perfect hair. And I believe it's for people like you with a little bit of curl, a little bit of, curl pattern in there, if you will. So TikTok has found an effective way to never have a bad hair day again. So they are now taking to the kitchen utensils, a pasta strainer, if you will, to get the perfect texture and mimicking results of a diffuser. What say you?
So I think it's funny. I get why people are doing it. It's like, what is happening here? And, social loves that. I'm very much interested in pros jumping in and being like, that is metal and you are heating metal next to your head.
Yes.
And we don't know. I mean, how do we put this? That metal might not be the highest quality. We just don't know.
We don't know.
Not being regulated for this, that purpose. And so I would hate to get burned by a strainer, which certainly could happen. I liked the results. Don't get me wrong. I personally would opt for and do use a diffuser. If I can.
Really?
If I can. So, I mean, obviously for me, air drying is the best way to go. But as we all know, we don't always have the time to allow for that. And sometimes you need to use a dryer, in which case, if I want to maintain my curls and not just turn into a frizzy flat mess, I'm going to use a diffuser. And I gotta say, I feel like that is a safer bet than pasta strainer.
I agree. I'm with you. I mean, some of the TikTok non-pro experts say it's that big of a deal that it gets that hot. Don't think it's going to be a problem. So pros, if you're out there, please weigh in because we indeed do believe it's a problem.
We do.
And for all of those TikTokers, hit up a brand like Diva Curl. They have a beautiful, beautiful diffuser. We love it. Get out of the kitchen. Go back to the pro tools. Thank you very much.
Yes. Ends TED Talk.
On our last episode, we talked with Maggie Hancock. Maggie was born with a natural passion for art and creativity, and with that passion, along with her extremely hardworking spirit and strong determination for success, she launched herself into a career as a wildly successful hairstylist and industry educator. Maggie is the co-owner of Fan House Scottsdale, a well-known salon in good old Scottsdale, Arizona, my old stomping grounds. She is also the co-founder of Fan House Plus, an online streaming education platform for stylists. With nearly 500,000 collective followers on her social media platforms, and with multiple awards and recognitions for her work, she has made herself a focal point in the beauty industry, known for her fearless trend-setting and creative approach to style and color. Make sure you subscribe, rate, review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at TheTease, and send in questions about the pasta strainer to volume up at TheTease.com.
We'd love that. This week, we're talking with Kassia Barbo, a DIY hair content creator and influencer on Instagram. She's a self-taught DIY hair and beauty content creator and not a professional hairstylist, but that hasn't stopped her from sharing her passion for hair with the world. She shares her knowledge and skills through creative and informative videos, tutorials, and photos. From braids to voluminous pixie styles, Kassia offers a wide range of hair inspiration and tips for her followers. With her easy-to-follow tutorials and relatable approach, she has quickly become a go-to source for short hair inspo and advice. Love it. Such a fun combo. Plus, she's got a Philly accent. Philly, close to Baltimore. It's a good audience experience.
All right. I got it. So we're going to talk about self-care tips for hairstylists, which is always a good topic because this industry can be very taxing on our bodies, right? All of the pro industries within our beautiful salon world. And so our friends over at Self Magazine talk about the 7 self-care tips for stylists who could use a little TLC because we want them to have some TLC. Jeff, what are your favorite tips within this article?
Well, I mean, I think that they do a great job of establishing a lot of time is spent on the feet. And so I felt like the one that maybe people are not thinking about, certainly I was not on a regular basis, consistently stretching your back and legs. You guys have seen the memes of, the posture and the hunch from being a stylist. This is a good reminder, stretch it on out. Do yourself a favor, break it up and do that throughout the day. And there's a couple of tips like that where it's like, pause, take a moment, like just a literal moment,
Yes.
and do XYZ thing. The other thing that I think is great is talking about footwear. I said it, this article established it, time on feet. Like, make sure that you're not wearing something insane. Even if it looks good, like, you're doing yourself a disservice ultimately.
True.
So consider something that is comfy and also looks good.
I agree. And the one that stuck out to me, mostly because my mom, as we know, was a stylist for 40 years and her hands were always so dry. And so remembering to moisturize. And I've got to say, one they missed in this article is the good old bag balm. Do you know what bag balm is?
Bag balm?
Just Google it. Okay. Just we're not going to discuss that here, but it is for deep hydration for your hands.
Wow. Okay. Well, I've Googled it. Everybody, if you're, wow.
It's an oldie and a goodie. I mean, Vermont's original bag balm. It has been around since 1899 and is the tried and true. So pros, if you have not used it, a tip from Diane, my mom, use the bag balm.
Another self-care tip. Love that. Thanks, Mom. All right. Things that are amazing, helpful, useful, all of the things over on TheTease.com. Our editorial team has been hard at work this week uncovering industry news, looking into trends, and diving into brands that you don't know, but you should. And here are some of our favorite headlines. First up, Color of Change's new petition demands retailers remove toxic hair products from shelves. At this point, it's no secret that many of the hair care products marketed towards Black women can pose harmful health effects. It was only recent that we were able to fully understand the extent of damage that chemical hair relaxers can have on a person's body. In case you missed it, a shocking study published in October by the National Institutes of Health found that the use of chemical hair straighteners or relaxers, which is used more frequently by Black women, is associated with a higher risk of uterine cancer. In light of this study, the racial justice campaign group, Color of Change, wants to put an end to toxic hair products being marketed towards Black women. And to do that, the organization has a petition calling on Target and other major retailers to remove and audit any potentially toxic hair products from their shelves. Go to TheTease.com to see the full article. There's an option for you to link out and sign that petition. This is not controversial, even remotely. Kelly, do you want toxic products on the shelves?
No, I don't. And why are they still there?
That's exactly right.
Gosh darn it. Come on, Target, Giant, Food Line, ShopRite. Okay, those are the ones listed in our article. What are we doing about that? What are we doing?
Let's do something. We're signing that petition.
We are.
Yeah, get into it, guys. And if you want more, there's tons of articles on TheTease.com in terms of this study, the results, the impact. We're keeping up on this topic for sure. Another article that is really great, especially for 2023, is we're talking about trends and what's happening, what we'll be doing throughout the year. The article is entitled, From Micro Braids to Invisible Locks, These 5 Natural Hairstyles Are About to Be Everywhere. When it comes to natural hair, there are truly so many brilliant ways to cut, color, and style curls and coils. While having such a variety of different natural hairstyles at a stylist's fingertips can be a blessing, it can also be massively overwhelming. That's why it's great to look towards the latest hair trends for a little inspiration. If you're curious about what natural hairstyles are set to be everywhere this year, go to TheTease.com. We've scoured the internet to find the natural hair looks that absolutely need to be on your radar, from next level braids to the coolest protective styles. Kelly.
Yes.
Obviously, you and I do not have textured hair, but we do appreciate these trends. Which is your favorite of those?
Do we? I mean, hands down, no holds bar, the disco vibes.
Oh, yeah.
From James Earnshaw. He is an Amika Artistic Ambassador, GHD Hair Trade Ambassador, and Well UK Ambassador, and he is literally crushing it with this look. So please head over to TheTease.com. Give James a follow on his socials, too.
Go ahead and
look at the brands he's working with.
5 different ways to embrace the Gemini hair trend. Pinterest predicts that Gemini hair will be a trending hair color for 2023. This two-tone style, named after the Gemini astrological sign, represented by twins, allows you to experiment with multiple fun colors at the same time. The most popular rendition of this Gemini hair look is when a stylist parts the hair down the middle and dyes each a contrasting color. While there are countless color combinations that you could opt for, we've gathered a few of the hottest pairings to try this season for your clients. Head to TheTease.com for some of the coolest Gemini hair inspo. The question that I've got, and I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway, is would you ever If you could, if this didn't impact the integrity of your hair, if there were no concerns, would you go and do this?
You know, I would. And I love it. I think it's amazing. I love the platinum with the dip dye purple ends. That look is from Grace over at Fruits Hair Lab in Nashville. And it's so stunning. It's so great. And the good thing about that is like, that's going to grow out. Just cut that baby off. I also could get behind a little bit of the Cruella de Vil with the, the platinum and the dark. But I think it might be short-lived for me. Just a little test and learn. How about you?
For a trend, it doesn't have to be a lasting thing. I would certainly be supportive. I'd love to see it. If you guys are feeling the Gemini hair trend, let us know. Get in touch with us through all of the ways that you can. And then for sure, check out that article on TheTease.com for some inspo. As always, so much going on at TheTease.com. Thank you to our hardworking editors. We are proud to publish stories that salon pros and consumers care about.
Next up, my interview with Kassia Barbo, a DIY hair content creator and influencer on Instagram. This was an incredible interview, so inspired by her and all of the amazing DIYers out there. So go you, prosumers. We like to see it. All right, Jeff. So what did you think? Give me your tidbits.
I want to dye my hair immediately. I want to bleach we're an explicit podcast. I want to bleach the hell out of it, and I want to tone it. And every time I see her content, I'm just like, oh yeah,
it's so good.
Like she kills it. And
I mean, rocking the short hair is something we talked about, and how hair is like a safety blanket, right? It could be for someone like me. I don't know, just saying. But the fact that when she cut it short and was so confident and just rocking it, and all the compliments she gets. We noticed that. We noticed those short hair girls out there rocking it, and she is the top of the top.
Top of the top.
Be sure to hit subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at TheTease, and send in questions to volumeup@TheTease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. Brian Daly is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to Josh Landowski and Nathan Folks for the custom Volume Up theme song. Thank you to our creative team for putting together the graphics for this episode.